Let that shit slide. Let that shit slide.
Man, put the eighth down and come solve these problems.
So that's where I'm at with it, man. My whole concept is us as black people, non-white people, man, I think we could benefit so much from just identifying problems and talking through them. We don't talk, bro. When we get together, we have the same talking points. So it might feel like we talked, but we talk about the same shit when we come around, and we don't talk about the real shit that be bothering us or that's just going on in our life that it could benefit somebody else to know that they ain't out there alone with this shit.
Or they might have the actual answer. Like,
yes.
Yeah, like,
yes.
Man, I literally went through this.
Now that's the maximum. Yes, let's go there.
This the answer to what you dealing with. Yeah.
Right. So that's where I'm at with what I'm doing right now. I'm going to use my skill that I have to engage people, talk to people, but also try to entertain people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's always, the key to the madness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a new concept. It's something different, and I'm just trying to be first to market with it. That's it,
man. I like it.
I
think we know how to do that when it comes to women. We know how to talk to women. Talk about women to each other. That's
nigga, we talk women. We talk sports. We talk money.
Yeah, we could talk about that, but we can't really, figure out how
what's really going on. What's really going on?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The madness of how shit just line up.
Well, we can get it going. I mean, I was trying to get the weed in the air, but Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call you where you from, bro?
We lied.
What do they call you where you from, my boy?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. At this point, man, you're right, 36, man. I got a lot of names, man.
That's why I want to flesh a few of them out.
I ain't gonna lie,
Give me a few of your favorites, maybe your top 3.
You got Sleep, definitely Benji, you definitely got Sleeper Ratchet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a couple out there, and not so much as the names, or just more than the lanes and the identities, just the different identities, I done kind of been throughout my time, airmen, you know what I mean? So definitely a lot of different, lanes that I done kind of, went down, and then explored pretty much.
I like starting with the latter. So airmen, who named you that, and what does that mean? Break that one down for me.
Airman, that's, that was, military service, that was,
we got a military man in the house.
Yeah, definitely did 6 big ones, in the Air Force.
Okay, he's smart. He's smart. My bad. He ain't Army.
Yeah,
no shots. I'm just saying.
Cap. When they say that, let me break this down to you. When people say, he's smart, so this is what it boils down to. It's just like when you have to take this particular test, the ASVAB, for me, I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're still doing. So when you take this ASVAB test, the minimum score, the Army has a certain minimum score to be able to get in. The Navy has a minimum score. The Marines have a minimum score. And the Air Force has a minimum score. So for the Air Force, they have the highest minimum score that you have to score to be able to get in to do any job, whether it's flipping burgers or flying planes. And that's why they be like, send them to the Army, because, obviously the Army, they take it long as you can kind of spell your name, tie your shoe, you all right. You probably can go and get in there. It ain't really too much based on, all the nuts and bolts of what each force looking for, so.
Yeah. So you choosing the Air Force is strictly off of the test you took, or you actually wanted to go to the Air Force?
Man, look, bro, I mean, mind you now, hey, shout out to everybody, that do whatever they do for whatever their reasons. But, me personally,
everybody.
I'm finna pick whatever force I feel like I'm not going to die in. You know what I mean? So come on, man. I'm a black man. I'm not, if you working for anybody other than yourself, it's a contract. You going in with you should be going in with your own plan, and whoever you working for, I definitely got their own agenda. My agenda going in was hey, I'm finna put myself in a position to like figure out life in a little while, you know, but in the meantime, let me get some immediate paper and try to, you know, just put myself in a position to win maybe later on. So, but obviously I'm not as patriotic to the point where I'm not trying to go fight. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to go serve my country in that manner. You know what I mean? So I figured in the Air Force would probably give me my best shot of not having to, you know what I'm saying, go out there and actually tote no guns and, you know, shoot nobody by the issue that I probably fully don't understand at 17, 18 years old.
You just answered my next question. I was going to ask you, so how old were you when you went in enlisted? Because that sounds like a real perceptive young man. I'm going in about my business. I'm finna use this as a tool to get me straight later on in life. Like, where'd that come from?
Man,
you were super. Yeah, how old were you? Make sure you 17.
I was 17.
That's,
you know,
that's different, bro.
Yeah, you remember I graduated early, you know, in high school. So you know, I had graduated. I skipped 11, so I jumped in, wanted to graduate with Blaze, wanted to graduate with you. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to, you know, pretty much make that move. So, at the time, I was 17. You know, moms had to sign the paper for me. You know what I mean? So she signed the paper. I turned 18 10 days before I left. So, you know, a lot of different reasons why I made that decision at the time, you know, but I went in with a foolproof plan. Or so I thought that I was creating for myself, like, hey, okay, make sure that you don't put yourself in a position to have to fight. Cause if Sleep got a gun, the war over. Yeah, America, we gonna win down. Trust me. Right. That was always my motto. I said, look, if I gotta fight, the war over. Right. Like, pretty much. I ain't know that. I ain't never been no commando ass type of nigga. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm on.
But for context, going into the military at that age, what war was going on at the time? Was there any type of, like, in this era, was there, like, who was in office type shit? Just give them something like that. Like, what was going on when you first, like, enlisted? Because you was worried about, like, actually might have to fight. So what was going on?
Man, you got to remember, that's Iraq, man. The 03, that was Iraq, Afghanistan. That was 2 years after 9/11, you know what I mean? So, weapons of mass destruction, that was Iraq, you know, that was Afghanistan, you know. So we was at in that war, you know, at the time. So it was definitely, you know, depending on what branch you was in, it was definitely deployments to go on, you know, no doubt. But
everybody was scared.
Right, you know, and of course the culture I come from, I don't know nobody I was around that was gung-ho talking about they finna go fight in some war. I mean, that's just not the culture, you know, I was raised in or nothing like that, you know, so it was definitely, you know, a situation where, you know, I never wanted to be the statistic, you know, because I never seen that guy, you know, that went off and, you know, lost his life in the war, you know, and I know that's a real thing for sure. I mean, I've definitely served with people that, you know, have some very hectic jobs, you know, and I commend them, but they definitely, most of them was, they the type of person that, they own that, you know, they got that type of persona to them, you know, they got that mindset to them, like.
So you played it smart. I get that. This ain't no interview either, but you just said some interesting stuff or whatever. You seen people die though? Like, you seen people die?
No.
Okay.
No. Right. I know some people that, you know, was in the military. Okay. You know, I know some people that served with some folks that passed away. You know, one of my good friends, you know, during the period of time when I was serving, his brother passed away, you know, actually in that same war, you know, a couple of years prior. So, and one of my good friends, you know, he actually, you know, passed away. I just had to think about that. My good friend from Basic, you know, I heard that he actually passed away. So, you know, it's not something common, but, you know, during that time period, if you was friends with Special Forces, with TAC-P, that would definitely be a situation where, you know, you would be knowing people that's actually on the front lines. And I mean, like I say, you know, but don't get it wrong. You know, people had a wrong mindset about the military. These are real specialists. I mean, you have to train to go die. Like, this is not no random occurrences of,
like, hey, you and you.
Yeah, you and you grab a gun and go. Like, no. Right. These are people that, you know, actually, all you doing, when you're not in war, all you doing is training for war. You know, that's your job, to be somebody that's jumping out of a parachute, somebody that's going on front lines types of situations. So, these people, you know, they training for that, you know. So I just made it a point to make sure that, hey, let me not pick a job that, you know, gon' mess with my, you know what I'm saying?
Right, that's smart.
Right.
In my opinion, I thought about going to the Navy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things. To to where it's like a benefit. I could use that shit for myself. But my mom, she was like, nah. She wouldn't let me go. Like, so she was like, even though you, think you might want to go, like, you might not be able to do what they need you to get in, which I probably could have though, because I played football. Played football, so why couldn't I do that?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. So
nothing wrong with it.
You got a motto in life, like words to live by or words to die to?
I think maybe not so much a motto, but I do got a lot of isms. I got somebody said something. It was actually a sermon I heard, and he kind of encapsulated like kind of my mantra about life. And it was a message about wailing in the waiting room. Meaning you got two types of people.
Okay, talk to me.
The first person.
Now we getting real.
He encounters a problem.
Okay.
And when he encounters this problem, he or she, they encounter this problem. They gonna stop what they're doing and they gonna literally scream about it. They gonna yell about it. They gonna be angry about it. Might take them an hour or two, might take them days, might take them weeks just to go through the process of anger about the situation. Then you have another person where after they, once they done doing all this wailing, all this angst and all this anxiety and all of this stuff, and all this blustering, they still got to go through the process of fixing the situation. Now the second person, he encounters this obstacle, and when this obstacle comes, he instantly knows, well, I don't have no time to scream and fight and claw about it. I need to actually fix the problem. And when I get to a point upon where I probably can't fix it, maybe there might be time to actually take the time to really be wailing about it, to be crying about it, to be complaining about it. But right now, I don't have any time to waste on that. I don't have time to be emotional about this situation. I need to rectify the situation. So I've always leaned towards that type of person. Like, hey, when you got a problem, don't freak out. Try to figure it out first. Fix the problem. And generally by the time you fix the problem, you might have saved yourself so much time and anxiety, crying, worrying, stressing about something that had you just put your mind to it and addressed it, you would have been all right. So I think like an example like that is, boom, hey man, I think I left the keys in the car. Like I can't find my keys and I think I left them in the car, right? Now at this moment, the fact that you can either break down and lose your mind about not being able to find the keys and just be pissed and, now you just going crazy. You're going crazy. Or you can stop what you're doing, retrace your steps, and find your damn keys.
Start at the car.
Right.
Because that's what you think. Yeah, start at the car.
Now, end result, the keys are found. Okay. So you could have been the guy stressing and pulling your hair out about the keys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you could have been the guy calmly like, you know what? I'm going to calmly get to the conclusion. When I get to the conclusion of, man, these keys really gone. You know what I mean? I really lost these keys or whatever the case is with the keys. Once I get to that conclusion, were they really gone? Okay. All right. Maybe I can exhale, but you'll realize in that process, very few times will you actually get to that point of getting the opportunity to wail because the situation will fix itself. You know what I'm saying? But some people, they gonna sit there and cry like the keys lost every time.
Yeah.
They gonna sit there and do the whole show every time. Yeah. And it's like, well, damn, give me the same energy now that it's fixed. Yeah. Give me that same energy, but you ain't getting that.
Cause the negative is what we dwell on. Like, so you gonna hear that.
Right.
Squeaky wheel, get the oil, get the grease. But when shit running smooth, it's cause it's supposed to. I mean, that sometimes that could be the attitude. It's supposed to be like this. So what, you want credit for that?
Right.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Right, man.
So I don't know. I like that little. I never heard. You just taught me something, bro. I never heard that before. Like that phrase.
Yeah, man. Wailing in the waiting room. Okay. It's almost like waiting on the blessing. In the meantime, if God told you in 2 weeks you're finna be blessed,
what you gonna do?
In them 2 weeks, you're broke for 2 weeks, but in these 2 weeks you won't be blessed. But you know for a fact in 2 weeks you about to be blessed. Okay. During these 2 weeks, you finna cry and complain about being broke, or you finna be calm, still, and patient and optimistic because you know your blessing coming. Which guy are you?
I'm neither.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I answer it?
Sure.
For me, I might be. I might be.
You might be well in the waiting room.
But I don't think, see, for me, if I know in 2 weeks I'm finna be like straight, right? It's just in me. I don't know. I'm wired a certain way. I'm still going to be working towards it.
Of course.
Because I'm of the belief that, yeah, he going to do that for me. Well, the creator going to do that for me, but I got to put my work in.
Of course.
So even though it's been promised, I still don't fall short. You know what I'm saying? So see it through is what I mean. It's like if that's the finish line and I know it's there, I ain't really finna pump my brakes and chill. I ain't finna worry either.
Right.
I'm not finna worry. That's the thing. If I got faith and I believe, I can't worry.
You just said the key word, and that's what I'm getting at. This whole thing is about faith.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah. But faith, you got to work too.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if someone who lacks faith gonna lean on the negative, gonna be more, someone who lacks faith gonna be more pessimistic. During them 2 weeks, are you going to be pessimistic about what you got going on? Or are you going to be optimistic? Right. Are you going to lean on your faith when times get hard, or are you going to lean on your fear? That's what it boils down to. Are you a fear-based person, or are you a faith-based person? And for me, and this is not having to deal with religion, and I was just back to the motto of life, you know, I'm just a fairly optimistic person, you know, and I try to lean on faith. My faith of things that faith in myself. Faith in things that I've done in the past. My faith in my ability to find these keys. My faith in my ability to run up this check. Run it up. My faith in my ability to get the job done. My faith in my ability to fix the problem. So my faith in my ability to fix the problem leads me to be more positive when I'm in the middle of some bullshit.
So you got faith in you.
Yes.
Yeah, your capability, your skill set. You know what I'm saying? What you've been given.
Exactly. And again, depending on the situation, whether your faith is rooted in religion, whether it's rooted in yourself, whether it's rooted, whatever it is, and people believe in something. You can be atheist, but that means you must believe in something. I'm telling you, there's two types of people in the world, you know? Or maybe 3 per you, because you want to be.
I learned something from Blaze a while back. Because you said there's 2 types of people. I think, because he said it, he wrote a little manuscript about back in the day. He wrote him like a little book, a little booklet, and he gave it to me. I read it. And
I remember this.
And there's something that stood out in that I live by now. It's only two types of people. 2 things a man can do in life. Right. That's what he said. 2 things a man can do in life. You can either carry on the tradition, or you can break the cycle and start anew. That's the only options you got, in my opinion. Like, so whatever you have been given, your foundation, your family, your heritage, culture, whatever it's been taught to you, all that, right? If you see anything incorrect in that, it's up to you to either break that cycle and then you start your new tradition. Now, if you see correctness in what it was, then you got to carry that on to yours. Right. And they got to carry that on to theirs and keep that cycle going. It's only 2 things you can do. What you think of that?
Nah, I think that lines up in the sense of, man, yeah, you can either know better or you can do better.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, you can really either know better or do better. You feel me? Like the best way to that's kind of how I hear that. Yeah, so you feel that too then.
I like that.
No doubt.
Has someone ever given you an ultimatum or like a last chance? And for what? We give them all the time. They got do that shit one more motherfucker. Do it one more time. Right. I guarantee that we do it. But what happened when it get done to you?
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
I guess I'm trying to find like a life situation. Cause I done been in a lot of situations with females that, that will kind of, come to you with, depending on wherever they at with it. I can't say, that was given an ultimatum. I was given an ultimatum, and.
You care to share? You got to get too deep, too detailed, but you can stay surface, Just more or less a situation where, it was just a female, just like, I was young, Around this time, I was probably like, never had my own spot or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. I was actually, living in the dorms in the military. I was probably 18, living in the dorms, young, just trying to figure out whatever. I'm dating this chick. She about 24, 25. She got her own spot. She in the military too, but she got her own spot off base. You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling right. She like the young nigga, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, whatever, you know what I mean? So she was just pretty much on some, hey, commit to me, you know what I'm saying? Just, be with me and let's do that whole thing and let's be something for real, or I ain't gonna talk to you no more. So, I'm young, man. She came with benefits, man. So, but that's why I say, looking back, one thing I can tell you, man, ain't no ultimatum. If you don't want to do it, it ain't no choice, so just think about that to my younger self, you know what I'm saying? But.
So you locked in with her?
Yeah, I locked in with her, but of course you fast forward and things happen and you just realize at the end of that situation, like, yeah, there ain't no female I'm supposed to been fooled up with anyway, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, not too in detail, but just, that ain't end well, you know what I mean? Cause I ain't gonna be with you anyway.
But this is my thing. Is she not the female because she gave you an ultimatum, or it was for other stuff why she wasn't the female? It's like, I'm looking back in hindsight, oh, yeah, she wasn't the one. But in the moment, you might have felt like she was the one. Nothing wrong with in the moment feeling like she the one.
Nah, I mean, that's the thing though. I just felt like I was given the ultimatum, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I was influenced by an overall situation more so than her, you know what I mean? Cause I wasn't.
I done been there.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's the perks that come with you, not
like
so much you.
And it was just you know what I mean? You got your own crib. She throwing everything at me. And I mean, I don't move like that. I ain't never.
Sensitive, baby.
Not me personally, I'm be honest. I ain't never been one of the niggas that just could just whoop a bit for everything. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, some niggas is like, oh, he finna whoop this hoe. That hoe finna be buying him everything, doing everything. And but I just ain't never been one to whoop a bit like that. Cause I've always been one to get it myself. I work. Like, I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So I ain't never thinking about what a bit could do for me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm dealing with you, it's just for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Strictly. You know what I mean? So, but I was young, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I was like, man, I can move off base, you know what I'm saying? That was like a big factor for me too, man. I can move off base, you know what I mean? Now I got some more flexibility, you know what I mean?
Like she controlling, you leaving one drill site for another.
But fast forward, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, man, it's just, but it was a major situation in my life that happened, and then she kind of bailed on me. So,
yeah, so she wasn't there for you.
Yeah, when that came out, and that's when I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that was just a lesson in like, bro, you ain't even want to rock with this shit anyway. Like, and if all this going on and you ain't like it anyway through all this, you knew like, you know what I mean? That probably ain't nothing to be fooling with.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. So, but that's, that come with experience though, man. That come with life.
Right. You know
like you say you was young, so looking back on it, yeah, that's some bullshit, but.
Right. But what it did propel me to, because I got a taste of living off base. So from there, I got my own spot. You know what I mean? And that.
Okay, so you never went back.
You know what I mean. So it was benefit. I mean, it was lessons, good lessons. I learned good lessons. Like, you know what I mean. From that, I learned how to keep it crib. I never had my own spot. So being in her spot, I'm learning how she taking care of the crib. Just as an adult. Before that, I was in my mama's house. You know what I mean. So.
Yeah, so it was an experience.
So now I'm like on some grown up. I'm at my mama crib. I'm, in a whole different area. Like, I'm a grown up, but I'm 18 though, you feel me?
Right.
But, if you go to the military, you just gonna be living adult themes a lot. I'm not living that college life, that broke college kid, where I'm still getting money from moms and whatever. I wasn't living that. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So I was in a position where I had money, you know what I'm saying? So but now I'm instantly a grown up now. Cause I'm in the military, so I was instantly grown up.
Now, when you were in there though, you went to school?
Shoulda, man. It was all free, man. I ended up going to school afterwards. I ended up getting my education afterwards, for the free ski. So,
yeah. But go ahead.
No, I was about to say everything that I kind of, set out to do, you know what I'm saying? Everything I kind of set out to do to get out of it, you know what I'm saying? I got out of it, you know what I mean? So I really ain't got no regrets, and if I always say, if you somebody that don't know what you want to do, man, but it's the ways you don't have to go and like get shot, bro. Like, don't think that. Like, go and get you some free bread, man, and position yourself to like, you know what I mean? Like, it's ways to win, man. Like,
so you go in the military in a sense of you sign up, you take the test. If you get a high score, now it opens up to what type of jobs you can work.
Every job that has to be done in the normal world has to be filled within the military as well. Every base is like its own, it's its own city in itself. So every job is filled by a military person. So it's somebody working in the gym, it's somebody making your food in this cafeteria. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's somebody prepping the planes, it's people in the air traffic controller, it's people everywhere, you know? Every job you could think. In the grocery store, when you go to the grocery store, it's a military person running it. The manager is in the military because he in the military for food management. So food management translation, when you see food management on somebody, whatever they look AFC translation, man, you the grocery store manager, fool. You know what I'm saying? On base.
Right. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
I want to be clear. I may have misspoke because you're not still like currently in the military.
No.
Okay.
No, like I say, I mean, for me, like at the time, it was something that I did because I just didn't want to go into life. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. And because of that, I was like, well, I know I don't want to be broke. I know I don't. I seen my brother, you know, he went to Florida State, master's degree, my sister, master's degree. I seen the journey before me, you know what I mean? I was like, I know what that life about. You know what I mean? They doing great now, you feel me? But I just was like, I don't feel like doing that. You feel me?
Okay, I'm not, boy, you set me up. You set me up, boy. Okay, so, at your age now, looking back on it, would you do it all over again the same way?
That's a tough question in the sense that I think, you know, at the time you gotta remember I was rapping, like I had just dropped my first little CD, you know what I'm saying? You know, me and Blaze were knee deep in the music, you know, at that time, you know, and I had just done that. So I think if there would be any hindsight reversal that I could ever have, it would probably be like, you know, if I hadn't done that, maybe just really pursue the music at that time, you know, just full time.
Oh,
you know, and I just didn't have the full, you know, foresight to that was 03. So I just think that idea just wasn't even fully formulated. You know, that example wasn't out there. It didn't exist really. Like nowadays, that's like, you know, that's not even a thought, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I think in 03, it was just like, you got to remember, this is early YouTube. This is before a lot of social media. This is before like a lot of the stuff. So in 03, it was like, you had Soulja Boy, I think maybe like blowing up on you, went from YouTube to kind of blowing up and, you know, but you just didn't really understand. I didn't really see the path of like how you could just really just, in hindsight looking at it. But, you know, so my only hindsight reversal probably would have been the, hey, you know, if I wouldn't have went to the military, I would have went, you know, and pursued the music full time. But at the time, you know, graduating, I just felt like the choice for me was like go to college or do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause it wasn't stay at the crib. I couldn't justify staying at the crib even to myself. But see, check this though. One thing about it though, I was never somebody who felt like I didn't like the L though. I always loved my shit. Cause I always felt like, if you don't like this place, then leave. Like, it was tons of people around the L, man. I hated in the L, man.
It's the mentality.
And it was like, bro, and in my mind, I always looked at them fools like, well, leave, nigga. I was like, the same person saying that you ain't finna leave. You ain't finna go nowhere. You ain't finna do nothing about it. That's why I made it a point. You know, I had the mindset, man, when I graduate school, I gotta do something about it. I was prepping myself on this from legit, like,
Right.
You know, and I was like, nah, I know I'm finna do something about it. I'm finna get up out of this bit, but I don't even hate it like that. I'm just gonna come back when I'm rich. You know, I used to say I come back and when I'm rich and buy a crib and buy a big old, you know, 2 acres and crib in the middle. You feel me? Like, no neighbors, you know what I mean? I always said that was always been me though. You know what I'm saying? I always different on that. You know what I mean? But everybody around it, you know, we came up with the same shit, man.
I got one for you. So, when have you ever made the first move?
In what vein, man?
I'm super vague. Whatever popped up in the cranium first, you go with it.
I mean, I definitely know, but I'm trying to avoid that goddamn shit. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I
always okay. Well, all right, you ain't gotta talk about it, but can I speak to something about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm tired of that. I'm putting a stamp down. I'm tired of that.
Man.
Listen, if you're under the sound of my fucking voice right now, I'm tired of that shit. Like, why is it that we always kind of gotta make the first move? I sometimes would rather have you make the first move too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get turned on when I know you into me too. Like, I mean, I know you into me, but that nigga grab my shit like it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, that, to me, that's a turn on. Sometime, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just throw that out there.
See,
so
to crystallize that, you know what I mean? Like, one chick out a day, you know what I'm saying? I definitely like that one, I seen her like talking to somebody, like, and then she looked up and looked at me, and while she walking away, I pretty much eyed her down all the way to the point where she kind of knew what the hell was going on, but for the most part, I'm gonna be honest, I'm such an aware person, and I mean, maybe it's a Scorpio in me, but I'm calculated, man. So I just really like, I don't know, man. I like who like me, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So really, what you just said is like, man, I mean, I that's the mantra I kind of go by, I like who like me, you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I could, females like just is, if you just pay attention, females just as goddamn aggressive in how they look and ogle at men the way we look, but the way you think men look at women, females do the same shit. So, I mean, like, I ain't never struggled with no female. So, I mean, generally, like, I just pay attention to what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because making that first move in my culture, really, that's not really...
That ain't the move.
That ain't the move. It ain't really, you might get called thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's a rhythm in which you got to do this shit and what the first move is. You know what I'm saying?
Calculated.
It's not, I can't just grab your hand as you walk by. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just, 9 times out of 10 that you done felt that 10 times before you got to me, in reality. And you might be in a train with your homegirls, and it's just not that, it's not like on TV. Like, it's not like that, like on no first move type shit. Okay, if I'm in Walmart, yeah, it's gonna have to be some cool, you're gonna have to really like what you see. I can't just be walking you up randomly in Walmart just trying to holler at bitches. I mean.
Right. I guess I've been just in captivity for so long, just off the market for so long. Like, my mind, no, let me tell you what my mind went with it. My mind didn't go first move in the sense of I'm trying to get you first move. It's like we are together type shit. And if I want to do something or you want to do something, I got to make the first move compared to, nigga, you know it's on your mind shit. I'm just chilling. I'm dicking back doing what I'm doing. Nigga, if you feel like it, come through, like, and do what you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like, that's what my mind went.
Okay.
Cause I ain't even think like, single, I'm out here trying to make the, fuck that shit. I like that, who like me. I mean, that, how you say
I like who like me.
That's real.
Yeah, I mean, that's
smart, but that's real. That's real,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, that's gonna
like
make
your
your day
like, I like
that's
your
gonna make your
numbers
day
on
like
that.
a lot smoother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But what about the ones that like, even though she might not like you, you like her, like she bad, like you still like.
That's cool too. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's cool too. But but I battle with myself because I'm not in the convincing business. So I battle with that, at the same time. Like, I want you, but I'm really not in the convincing business at the same time because I feel like if I have to convince you to like me, a nigga can unconvince you to like me. A nigga can convince you to like him. And I just think that, so it's a certain security. It's a certain extra, like, sense of, like, safeness when you talk about, not necessarily just only liking who like you, but knowing that what you see at that moment, that initial moment of whatever is what they see. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I mean, I just think that type of connection over time stands up. And I know that's for a fact. That shit stand a whole lot longer than the bitch you had to chase down. I swear to God. You know what I mean?
That's the truth.
I swear to God.
That's the truth. I agree with you. I totally do. But I gotta be honest. Like, I have definitely like tried to, I guess, convince a bitch in the sense of we already vibing. I see you fucking with me. Cause you know what I'm saying? You giving me some rhythm, you giving me some time. I'm doing the same.
Right.
But you playing this game. So it's like, I guess I am trying to convince if I'm, you know what I'm saying?
You courting. You courting.
Yeah. But that shit be weird to me. Cause I'm like, I don't like that. I like grown women. You know what I'm saying? I like the women who know what they want. Like, they make a decision.
You know, and I think, you know, courting ain't dead. You know what I mean? Don't get him. Ain't nothing wrong with courting. And hey, you know, if you really want somebody and you really want her, I mean, go get her. You know what I mean? I ain't saying like that's not the move. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying me personally, overall, you know, I done had the mass majority of some success with women who, when I looked at them, I knew they were looking at me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So by the time I went and talked to them, you know, it's
kind of signed sealed. You just don't fumble.
Yeah, just don't fumble.
Just
don't fumble.
You to fuck it up right now.
Yeah,
You got
know what I'm saying? Don't fumble.
They know if they want to fuck
right,
you,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, they know if they gonna give you some pussy.
Right. And see, and in that meantime, that bitch who I didn't holler at, she done beat me. You feel me? So, yeah, you know, it's ways around. You know what I'm saying?
The bidding.
Right. There's ways around it. You know what I mean? Come on. Get a baddie a chance to see you.
Because I mean, I'm fine. It's cool if you don't see it. That's fine, but you gonna know. Like, I get that.
No.
All right, so this is the last one and we out. I really appreciate you doing this with me, man. Discuss something with me in your life you can't seem to get over. Something you can't push through. Not nothing immediate. I mean, like something that's kind of been going on like over the years and shit. Like, this shit just keep kind of reoccurring and you can't really figure out why. Do you have anything in your life like that?
God damn, dub. Like,
yeah, you on the couch, nigga.
Oh, man.
Because we don't talk about stuff, bro.
Yeah.
We don't talk about stuff. I ain't trying to get in your business. I'm just saying maybe we can find some type of solution for it.
I think really, man, just, you know, just that fear of being regular, you know, for me. Like, overall, over the years, just, you know, just that fear of just really, like, just not maximizing, you know, or missing, you know, whatever rocket ship, you know what I'm saying, life's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess just, like, for me, the older I'm getting, the wiser I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, as far as just how the world works, the lanes and the levels and the layers of people, you know what I'm saying, and classes, and the part that they all play. And when I see myself within a system, it's like just the fear of, like, man, not being able to, like, exit out of this system, you know what I'm saying, and have freedom, you know what I'm saying? Because my goal is, like, just full, like, life freedom. You know what I'm saying? And from a financial standpoint, obviously it's going to take that. Okay. But overall, you know, I just want to be free. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shit, financially free too. You know what I mean? So mainly, so it's like, definitely, like, knowing that if I cruise control life, I could just close my eyes and work for be a CEO of some company and do that shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But that's like a super worst case scenario in life. You know what I mean? So it's just like not wanting to fucking do that. You know what I mean? And just cause I just don't think that's life. I just think life is experience. And that's, to me, not experience. I think that's the definition of life to me, is experience. And not getting enough of it just scares the living shit out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Focusing on positioning, bro, like that'll help you start, like, okay, because I say that only because of what you said about ranking in life, in a sense of like where you are and compared to like where you see others, you know what I'm saying, and where it can go. I'm kind of talking to myself when I'm saying this. Focusing on positioning, nigga, you start winning. You really start winning because you're trying to figure a way to get to where you need to. You're going to formulate something. You're going to figure a plan. You're going to devise something, but and once you get it in your mind, like, and set to it, I don't know. I just feel like That's the way. Focus in, commit, look at your positioning. Don't lie to yourself. Look at where you truly are and where you rank amongst others and where you want to be, and devise a plan and get to it and see to it. That's what I took from what you said. That's me. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's not so much, you know, in comparison to others, but I just think just being, you know, I'm getting wiser, and the wiser I'm getting, I guess, is what I'm saying. The smarter I'm getting about, you know, what's going on and how the world works, just shit, how my country works, you know, how the country that I live in works, how America works. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that shit, like, fucking, like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I do not want to fucking be a mindless cog in the damn system.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like, shit, like, you know what I mean? So,
now watch this, though. But now watch this.
You know.
Now watch this, though. I don't lie to myself. Me and you both, now I could be wrong. I can't speak for you, but I think you do this. So me and you both working 9 to 5.
No doubt.
We working like for somebody else's dream, meaning we clocking in for somebody else, a big corporation, whatever it is. That mindless cog that you talking about is us in a sense. We not mindless because we doing what we need to. We into the system. Right. But we out the system in a sense.
We aware of the system, and that, you know, that's all the power, you know what I'm saying? To even know that you in the motherfucker, like,
that is powerful.
That's the first step.
That is powerful.
To know, you know, at least you know.
I agree.
And I think
I'm not going against that.
Yeah, you know, and I say just the awareness of it is like, it's fear, you know, but I'm excited, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, you know what? I'm 36 and I feel like, man, I know what's going on, kind of enough to know, like, I can get in a better position. And it's legal ways to maneuver. And I'm young. So, I mean, I don't get it from, I'm not in a fearful position from, I can't do it. It's just like, it's a good fear almost, like, but I'm, you know, like I say, the first step, being aware. We know.
I do.
You know what I mean?
And you walk different when you know that.
Right. You know what I mean?
Different when you know that. You move different when you in there.
Right. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, you know, obviously home ownership, real estate, you know, trying to just get you some movement in life, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I want to just congratulate you, man.
Oh, man, no
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? Homeowner, like, that's major.
Man, no doubt.
That's major.
Man.
I saw when you posted, I was, you know, I had that little tear.
Hey, man, I was like, look. Man, you know, shout out.
I'm happy for you,
man.
Bro.
Shout out you, though, man. Came through big time, you know what I'm saying? Big time, give my boy show. Came through for the show, mad love, man.
You know, we sitting here talking, but you know what, it just hit me? If it wasn't for Blaze, would I've known you? I don't know.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
He's the glue. He's like the glue.
Of course.
He like the glue, bro.
That's the ultimate link. You know what I'm saying?
So for the people, what do you know me as? Like, what do you like? Tell them, like, cause I never introduced myself. I'm just talking. They know you. They know you sleep. But what do you know me as? Give me the names. You know?
Listen, man, I know this guy is Dub, man. E-Dub, Eric Whitley, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, full guppy, man. I'm sorry. Edit me out, man. Dub, man. You feel me? Literally the smartest blunt roller in the land. You know what I'm saying? Come on. He know everything about the weed, where it came from, who made it, and where they come from.
This looks like some Arizona white bullshit.
You know, right. See, low key, he gonna have everything about it. And low key, but his real passion is music. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody know, but you know, his music is the real passion. Boy had mixtapes, boy had all the music, you know what I'm saying? So Dub, literally, if you had a tape that said Dub on it, it was just masterpiece music that you ain't never got before, you know, or you done heard it, but you couldn't get your hands on it. So Dub is a super music connoisseur, you know what I'm saying? Like, he a device connoisseur. You know, he understands just the ins and outs of a lot of stuff. And of course, above all, he swear he rolled the best blunts in America. You know, he takes...
I try to do what I can do when I can do it. You know, I try. I really do. Man. I ain't gonna lie.
He takes
I really
pride.
Do. I do.
This guy takes
he talking
pride
shit now.
In everything
he talking shit
does,
now.
if you get, I mean, even down to the way he rolled his blunts, you know what I mean? Probably the way he passed the motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So,
that type of shit.
no cap. That's the guy I know through Blaze, you know, just not even that, but I done known him from the Pines, but it's just like, okay, that was like somebody, you know, Buddy, not even Blaze, but Buddy. I met you through Buddy, you know what I'm saying?
Buddy, damn.
Yeah, had I not known that, I still would have just known, like, oh, nah, man, this is a sharp ass motherfucker.
Like, this nigga come up so much, right? And I haven't did a podcast with him. I'm gonna wait like all the way to the end. So I'm gonna make like all the people who listening right now, like they salivate. Because everybody who come through for the most part got kind of a little story about him, or his name get dropped or something. Man. So he's the man, the myth, the legend right now.
Come on, man.
So maybe eventually one day we're gonna get him on here, you know what I'm saying? But right now, you know what I'm saying, we just getting these behind the scenes stories, that type of shit. I love it. I love it. I love that. Can I say something to that real quick?
You know.
So y'all know me for music. Like dub and everything. I get that. Right. Like I ain't gonna trip off that. That is me. Right now, like my mission is to like make y'all know me for like books and literature and shit like that. Because I mean, yeah, I still am into music. I download music all the time. Like, so I'm never gonna say not to, but I'm trying to do something different with my life, and I want y'all to know me for something a little more constructive. You know, just a little bit. Like, we've mastered that music shit. We mastered a lot of stuff. We mastered like the sports. We're like some of the smartest people like on the planet. Like, it's been proven. Like, you see it. But I'm just trying to do something different. So I like to end my shows this way. Like, everybody who come on here, they know me. And the world don't really know me like that. And I'm introducing y'all. But I got so many nicknames. I got so many names that people call me. So I want to get them out, and I want them to talk about it. So I appreciate you doing this with me, man. Like, this is love. This is major. I gave you the thumb drive.
No doubt.
If you, you know, you ever want to talk about anything that's on that bit at any time, man, like I'm willing to, you know, take the time out to do it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit on there.
Yeah, we gotta, like, the request was like just so random and so clutch. You know, at the same time, I was like, that's perfect. Like, you know, cause, you know, this big what you doing, you know, like I say, all it take is, man, you just putting the consistency behind, you know what I'm saying, the idea, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
So I love it, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to come back, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we're gonna get loose.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We really get to the bottom of shit, you know what I mean? And, you know, no doubt though, man, just keep going, dog, and, you know, we're gonna lock in.
Thank you.
No doubt.
You got any of your socials, or you do any of that type of stuff? You want people to find you?
Hey, man, like just IG, man. You can find me on sleep_woke. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, like, you know, got a lot of different things in the works. You know, like I say, me and my dog Blaze, you know, we got some music cooking up, you know. Got a lot of different little ideas, you know, that, you know, who knows, you know, that might, you know, kick up some dust, man. Because one thing about it, you know, I feel like I could come with an educated and inspired opinion about a lot of shit, you know what I mean?
They heard you tonight. They heard you.
Yeah, man, because one thing about it, you know, it's an honor to be on this shit, you know what I mean? Because you Dub, you know what I mean? And Dub, like, because like I say, one thing about Dub, when he speak, you know, like, it's going to be hard to bite that down. Like, you know what I mean? Dub got a strong opinion, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, when he speak, like, that shit, it hold weight, you know what I mean? So they want to hear me speak. That's like, yeah, man, all right, good shit. You feel me?
Man, all day.
Yeah, because that nigga know what the fuck he be talking about. You feel me? So, you know, no doubt. You know what I mean? So it's good to be on this shit, and I already know, you know, the vibes gonna be crazy moving forward.
Well, when you said that, I'm gonna leave him with this. This is also one of my mottos in life. So when you speak, you put your brain on display. So yeah, just, you know, I'm more now of, even though I am, see, my reputation has always been, I'm very opinionated because I am, right? But I always used to try to prove my point and try to be right. And that ain't the way. So right now it's more of,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, that ain't the way, bro. Like right now it's more of, I listen, I actively listen. I ask more questions. I make less statements. And that's the way you learn. That's the way you grow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to
and die to be
change
asked
my
a
ways.
question, you know, and die to be asked a question, you know.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, you know,
straight up.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Motherfucker never interviewed me, and I was like, man, I hope a motherfucker. But I'm just mad you only asked me about the military. It sounds like I'm, you know, go.
But you coming back.
Right, you
That's
know what I mean? I hope so.
You coming back, bro. Like, we gonna just smoke and just chill. You live so close to me.
But the essence of that, knowing I felt that just in my whole life, I was like, man, we gotta get it. Even tonight, I was like, we gotta figure out, when we do our press run, we gotta figure out a way to do an interview.
Yes.
Like somebody interview us and
I would love
ask the
to.
questions and I'm dying to answer. You feel me?
Please.
So I know that vibe,
please.
but that's the place to be.
Put the F down.
I got you though, man.
Put the F down. 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 Man, put the F down and come solve these problems.
Understand I don't know y'all. Remember, I love everybody. I am not your licensed therapist, and nothing shared on this podcast should be taken as medical, mental health, or legal advice. The discussions we have here are for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. We engage in open, honest conversations, sometimes including the mindful use of cannabis in a therapeutic setting. So kick back, take what resonates, and remember, always consult your own licensed professional for personalized guidance.